How much of a relief is it to know that you have two established guys in Kelly and Fry leading your unit?
And Drew Williams, you know, it's a great relief. I've been in situations before where you don't have that, and it's hard. So, you know, to have some seniors that have gone out and done it and performed at a high level is exciting, obviously, for everybody.
You look at those guys as leaders of the entire team?
You know, they have their roles, and I think that they play to those roles, and, you know, when they can provide it, they can, you know, and go from there.
With Fry specifically, has he set any individual goals for himself, or have you challenged him for anything?
Yeah, you know, he's a guy, obviously, that is very competitive and challenges himself, and is a very, you know, guy that wants to do well at a high level. And so, you know, I'm constantly staying on him and challenging him, and he knows that, and he likes that and enjoys it. And so, you know, our relationship has been great so far.
What'd you think of their music video?
No comment.
Do you feel like you're getting thin at linebacker?
No, you know, obviously we'd like to have everybody healthy, but, you know, injuries are part of the game. They happen, and, you know, we're excited about the guys we have. You know, John Walton and T.J. Holloman and Bryson L. Williams have done a great job up to this point, and we got some other guys coming along. T.J. Brunson, young freshman, has really done some good things. So I'm very excited about the group we have.
Those three veteran guys have pretty solid holds on the starting jobs at this point, you think?
Yeah, you know, we haven't named a starting list or anything, and that's up to the head coach, you know, and Coach T-Rob. But they're getting a lot of time and getting a lot of reps. But, you know, kind of a good thing about that, too, is you may be able to pull one of those guys out and throw a young guy in there and see how he reacts and plays with the up tempo of the speed of the first group, you know. So that's where we're at.
Has Brunson been a surprise, or did y'all think maybe he could do?
No, he was a hell of a high school player, and you know, unfortunately had that injury his junior year that kind of held him out. But he's done very well up to this point, and not a surprise in any way.
Things changed for you guys when you realized Sky was going to be out, or did you have an idea you wouldn't have it?
Well, you know, obviously he had that deal in the spring and missed the spring, and so we were able to probably have the spring ball to kind of test the waters of where we were at. Obviously, you know, TJ wasn't here yet, but we were able to kind of think about some different options of how we were going to handle the depth chart, and so, you know, of a bad thing, that was probably a good, you know, good piece of it in having spring ball to do that.
The return guys, any specifics you're looking for tomorrow?
Ball security, you know, explosive plays, obviously. You know, I think we've got some guys, you know, from old to young that really have a chance to be explosive players for us. And so, you know, we've been harping on those guys about making great decisions, being great communicators, but also, you know, that at the end of the play, we want the ball. So having great ball security and going from there.
How much weight will you put on tomorrow, just seeing these guys in that kind of environment, scrimmage atmosphere?
Oh, it'd be huge. I thought you were talking about me personally putting on weight. As fall camp, I'm going to put a lot on, you know. But it'll be huge, and our guys know that. You know, obviously everyone wants to get on that bus to go to Vandy and play on September 1. But don't come sit in my office August 28th and ask me if you can play. You know, that's been the message from day one. And so, you know, guys are going to be put in situations tomorrow to see if they can rise to the occasion, and we'll evaluate from there.
You have a number of starters that you like having on special teams on coverage units? It's
never been specific. You know, obviously punt and kickoff are a huge priority. You know, you punt and kick off for your life, so you know that's obviously a starting point. And I'm very fortunate with Coach Muschamp and T-Rob and Roper that, you know, they understand that, and we as a program understand the importance of it. And so, you know, we're not going to kill a guy. We're not going to be, you know, stupid about it. We're going to be smart about how we're controlling guys' reps and going at it.
How good has Kelly been with punting?
He's been good. You know, it's hard when you have the break from spring ball to fall camp, and even though they kick on their own and they do their own workouts and whatnot, there's still some time to get adjusted and get going. But he's doing a good job.
What's your opinion of the talk of eliminating kickoffs potentially in the future?
I don't know about all that stuff. I got too many other things to worry about. You know, it's interesting, and obviously they changed the rule from the 30 to the 35, and so you know we adapt as it goes. If that's a decision they make, then you know we'll adapt from there, and you know it's obviously an exciting play. It's a chance to get some field position or on KOR gain a big field position or a big score. So you know. I'm going to worry about this year and these rules.
Is Charlton set as your kickoff guy?
No, we haven't set anything in stone there. You know, he's done some good things. He's working on his consistency, and he's done well. He's healthy, which is great. And you know, but no, we haven't set the depth chart in any way.
Who else has got a chance to kick off for you?
You know, Elliott does. Michael Almond. You know, new freshman Wozniak. They're all kind of getting reps and competing, and we're charting those things, and you know, each day looking at that and keeping track of it. So there's plenty of names in the pot.
Well, to you, what's the most important thing there? Is it reaching the end zone, or is it placing the ball in a certain
You know,
place?
we kind of do both. There's times where we want to put it, you know, on the goal line with great hang time. There's times, you know, hey, coach, I feel good on this one. Go let it rip and kick it out of the back of the end zone. And we got guys that can do that. So, you know, it depends on who you're playing. It depends on the wind. It depends on all the situations that go into that, you know, that moment.
Coach Muschamp talked about playing the best players on special teams and being unselfish in that regard. How do you think the players have received that so far?
They've responded great. We had a great spring ball. We did a lot of competitive things that included everybody, starters, non-starters, old, young, and they really bought into that. And you know, I think early on as special teams coordinator, that's your first deal is creating buy-in, right? Because everyone was recruited here to play Mike linebacker or wide receiver or running back or whatever, and not the right tackle on the KOR team. So, you know, or the left guard on the punt team. So, you know, the guys are buying in, and it's been great. They're working hard in practice, and you know, I feel fortunate because of that.
Does that mean you have your pick of guys, you know, in certain areas, or are you a little bit limited?
It's all a conversation, you know, starting with the head football coach. It's all a conversation. The coordinators, myself, Coach Muschamp, we all sit down, hey, and all right, here's the depth chart going into game one. Hey, you know, this guy, he can't do that. He's going to play 80 snaps. Can we take off some here? You know, and that communication between, again, Coach Roper, T-Rob, and myself is huge, and then ultimately it comes from the top down. Yeah.
Chris Moody was working with you yesterday. Is that a permanent move? Or
You know, I commend him in the fact that, you know, we approached him, said we got an opportunity. You know, obviously we've had an unfortunate injury. We have an opportunity for you. Let's try it out. And he's been very unselfish and done a great job the last couple of days. It's not a permanent thing right now, but it's a position for him that I think he can go, you know, take advantage of and do some good things for us. And up to this point, whatever it's been, 3 practices or whatever, he's done a great job.
How was Larence playing until he got hurt?
Lorenz Bryant, he was doing a good job, you know, felt good about obviously him being a senior and an older guy, and you know, when we came in, everyone was on the same playing field in terms of learning a new system, and so you know, he'd done a good job learning up to this point, and it's, you know, it's unfortunate because he was playing well, so we're going to try and get him back as soon as we can.
What's it been like to work with Mike Peterson in that linebacker group?
It's been great. You know, obviously knew Mike from our time before at another university, and you know, Mike's done a great job. Mike played 14 years in the NFL at linebacker. Okay, so you know, any questions or any comments I have, you know, he's a great guy to lean on and say, you know, well, how do you see things here, and you know, as a player. So you know, he's been great. I think, you know, obviously his outside linebackers love working with him, and my guys love being around him and working with him. So we got a great staff.
Yeah, do you have a guy in mind behind Sean Kelly?
No, they're competing. You know, Michael Almond and Joseph are really competing every day, and sometimes, you know, I'll switch them up, who's with the 2s and who's with the 3s, and we're in and out and rotating and putting pressure on them. You know, they got to rise, and they got to push Sean. You know, they got to compete with Sean as well. So we'll see what happens.
Are y'all still looking at Bryson at just the one spot, or are y'all going to look to maybe play him some buck too? Like
We'll see. You know, we'll see. Obviously, the depth at linebacker. You know, but if he can do some things to help us in other areas, then great. But you know, he's really, you know, all in on learning that linebacker spot and playing his best at that position.
Is Brunson tracking to play a significant amount of time here as a true freshman?
What tracking to play? What do you mean? Just on pace to help us?
Oh, on pace to
Yeah,
help us.
I hope so. I definitely hope so. You know, we to say you're going to get through the season with you know 2 guys or 3 guys is you guys know the SEC. That's hard to do. So you know, if he's ready to play, you know, coach and our staff, we've never hesitated to play freshmen. So you know, if he's ready to go, then he's ready to go.
What's his grasp of the scheme right now?
He's done a great job. He's a smart kid, man. He's a smart kid who also wants to learn and wants to know it, and really, you know, off the field does a great job working at it.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thank
very
you.
much.